Today, we're here at the home of Laura Deller. Laura was the winner of the 2024 ufurnish.com Home Awards Best DIY Creation. She's got the most fabulous home. Let's go take a look.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you for having us. I'm so excited to see this house in real life. And already it's not disappointing.
Come on in.
So we've got a great skylight, loads of light coming in. Is this all DIY creations as well?
Yeah, it is. So this is an IKEA hack. Obviously got 2 children and all the coats and the shoes. And we're like a sports mad house. So normally there's like a racing bike here. There's rackets.
I thought that's what that is.
Yeah, it's gone in for a service. And I'm not going to lie, I'm quite enjoying the extra space. But yeah, normally it's kind of football boots and rackets. And I just wanted somewhere to put it all. So
you can put it all away, close the doors. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. Try and hide it. And then just encourage people to put their shoes in the cupboard. Harder than you think, actually.
And I love that you have a bench and all of this here as well, even just for guests coming and going. Obviously, at the moment, I quite appreciate a bench when you have to take your shoes on and off and different things.
Yeah, that's it. It's supposed to be this area is for guests. So when they come, they can just hang everything here, you know. But obviously during the week, life is life and it ends up with like your shopping bags and everything. But at least it's a practical area. And then I feel like we draw the line at the entrance and we can then move through into the rest of the house.
So your eye is just completely drawn the moment you continue into this space and the garden, the connection with the garden. And my garden, sort of garden it is, it just continues on.
This is what sold us the house. Now, it was completely overgrown, but just knew it had so much potential. So just wanted to have a really big picture window so that when you just walk through it, it's like the first thing you see.
And like, look how curated it is. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. So you've got your decking, you've got your functional spaces, cheeky hot tub.
Yeah.
Get much use?
It does actually. At the moment, we've got it really cool. So we're just using it almost like a massive paddling pool. But yeah, it's getting loads of use.
If I'd known, I would have brought my towel.
That's it. The thing that was most important though was just getting this kind of flush threshold. So we asked for the decking to be raised up to the threshold so that we can just go straight out and just kind of really create that indoor-outdoor feeling.
I'm absolutely loving the pergola. And I love that you've got the different colour, that you haven't just painted it all black as well. This is really like showing the beautiful wood and the effect of the timber and the detail.
Yeah, I just wanted it to feel quite rustic, and sometimes you have it completely open and I'll move the furniture out. And this has been a little stage before. We actually had a band here once and they just set up here, or it's like the little dance floor for the kids. But at the moment I've just got it set up for some dining because it was so hot. We're always in the shade here, so it was nice to have some alfresco dinners. Such a popular project and I was getting asked about it all the time, like dimensions and how it was put together. So I wrote like a free little guide and then I just link it on my socials and then you can hopefully build on yourself.
So from outdoor dining to indoor dining, you've got this fabulous table and bench. I'm assuming there's some DIY involvement here with the panelled wall and the bench.
Yeah, that's it. So I had a vision, even when this was just breeze block, that I really wanted to have like a built-in bench. So a carpenter built the structure and then I had my first go ever at DIY upholstery. No sew though, because I'm a staple gun girly. I cannot sew. But yeah, I got the fabric, got the foam, and it's just like wrapping little presents and just attaching it along. So yeah, this is like the heart of every Christmas and kind of big birthday indoor celebration, Sunday dinners, you know, so.
And you've got a beautiful green sofa as well. You've got the panelling and it's velvet. I always just really want to go and have a little rub of velvet.
But it's also a sofa bed. So when we have had the big parties, that gets pulled out. Obviously, it's not ideal in the summer because you get woke up at about 3:30 in the morning when the sun comes up. But it's just a great extra versatile piece of furniture.
And then into the kitchen, and this is such an amazing space. How did you think about the full kitchen design?
The hob was the main kind of focus of the kitchen flow. We wanted to be able to kind of cook here, have guests here, maybe people waiting there. And this is then like the zone. So if you do come over for a meal, which you're more than welcome, but be like, I'm cooking here, you kind of chill over there. But if you want to grab a wine, you can reach that bit, but I'm working here. So it was kind of trying to zone it off a little bit. But yeah, the vented hob really opens up the layout.
And you do have another seating area over here as well. So there is the TV and there's the fire. Again, how do you sort of use this space?
So these seats over here, they're kind of more like conversational, but then like when the football's on or then we just kind of pulled them out so we can face the telly. So it's quite versatile.
I
I
like
just
that.
didn't want them permanently like glued to the TV.
Yeah.
So the idea is they can just sit there, and then, you know, when it is match day or there's something good on, we'll turn them around.
Got the lovely little table with that pop of pink and burgundy coming through.
So I'm always kind of tinkering with things. Yeah, that table's been about 4 colours now. This used to be a garage, and we just wanted to make it more of a usable space. So this is like the kids area, kids zone. So just put a fun wallpaper up, you know, kind of prints, and I just let them have free reign really. And all the music happens in here. So they form little bands. My daughter plays the keyboard and the ukulele.
And this, oh my gosh, I just love this little nook. It's like the book club. It's like a little reading nook.
But I've got all their games stored here as
Yeah,
well.
lots of board games.
But it's all just Billy bookcases, and this was a second-hand bench which I got again off Marketplace and just customised it. We're actually sitting on a duvet cover because I really liked the fabric, and actually, so I just made this out of a duvet cover as well. So if they do want a bit of peace and quiet, these kind of pull across, but then they're light enough to let the light in as well.
You've written a book.
Yes, I have. It was published this year in March. So yeah, nailed it. The Essential Guide to Do It Yourself. It's just an empowering guide for women to get into DIY. So everything I've ever learned and all the projects that I've done, I've just broken down into this book. And I just really hope it will get people started on the journey. It's like the book I wish I had had, say, 6 years ago.
Yeah, but I think that's amazing because it's all these little projects that you can do yourself. You just sort of need to start them.
Yeah, I'm really proud of this book.
So now we have this amazing family room. God, it's so spacious.
We had to all sleep in here for 6 months at the start of the renovation.
Wow.
So it was really hard to imagine it as a nice space because we had a microwave in a kitchen corner, mattresses.
So this was the room. 4 of you basically slept in here.
Right, we're all in it together. It's like camping, but
Yeah.
kind of went on a bit, but we got there eventually.
There you go. Look at the end result. It was worth it. And this is the piece I came to see because, and you've even got your little Ufurnish Home Awards winner of the best DIY creation in 2024.
Again, an IKEA hack. I know we see a lot of these, but I really wanted to have something with storage at the bottom, but I wanted it to be solid wood. So I went for the Ivor range in IKEA, which is all made from pine. And then we got 3 of the double bases, and then it was a case of just building it up. So I used the side supports from IKEA and then use that as a base to be able to fix into. I love the arches, and I was able to cut them with a jigsaw, and then just adding a bit of coving to the top and just painting it to match the walls. Yeah. So it wasn't a quick job, but it's one I'm proud of. And at the time, it was my biggest project that I'd ever done.
Well, there we go. So there's your award-winning bookcase. You have the most beautiful floor as well. I presume all this was new throughout.
Yeah, it was. And actually made a decision just to go for a laminate. So it's really easy to clean. But I was desperate to have herringbone. That was absolutely on the wish list. So yeah, no regrets on the flooring.
Did you lay it yourself?
I didn't actually. I just ruptured my ACL. We were going into the COVID lockdown. I was actually in a full leg brace. But I would lay it now if I had knees that would let me lay it. But yeah, I absolutely love this flooring. Quite a deliberate move to have the different zones of flooring because I wanted each space, because they're quite big, I wanted it to have their own like personality, so you kind of move through.
I love how neat this is because sometimes pieces can be so far protruding that it makes them sort of impractical, but that's a lovely neat little piece.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find anything that actually allowed for that flow coming down the stairs. And you know what it's like, my kids are charging down in the morning and like crashing
Bags,
into
everything,
things, working their side. So yeah, I made this. So this is stair spindles actually. So 5 of those and a piece of pine, and I just kind of did the wavy edge with a jigsaw, and I really wanted to round these corners off as well, just to make it a bit softer. And then I stained it, and I do love this piece. I get asked a lot, where's it from? I'm like, I made it.
So I can see more of your wood over here. It looks like an art feature.
This is a Kallax, and I've kind of boxed it all in with MDF. And then this unit actually pulls out and slides. So there's a Kallax on caster wheels in there as well. But I'm not going to lie, that's where the junk is. So I'm not showing you in.
We're not going to open that. That's fine. So we've got a nice bit of a gallery wall.
My favourite thing is my massive piece of DIY art. So that's tester pots and a glue gun and a nice happy afternoon. Bit of polyfiller for texture and a glue gun. And then had the biggest job of my life trying to actually get it on the wall on the stairs.
This feels like a bed fit for a king or a queen. It's like nearly a crown.
Yes, well, again, I just love a wave. So I actually took my old bed headboard and just kind of built a little extension to it and reupholstered it because I really wanted a wavy one, but they were so expensive.
So this is self-made as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So it's our old bed.
This looks like new paneling. I'm assuming you've added the paneling with your picture rail up on top.
This was one of the first DIYs I did, actually. So yeah, this paneling, I just got the MDF cut. And again, it's one of those projects where I thought I could do it, and I was just pleased that I got started. And that's really the one that kickstarted my social media, because people kind of like the fact that I'd just given it a go myself. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
And then we're straight into the master ensuite.
So this was a bedroom, and we decided we'd prefer to have an ensuite than a very narrow, kind of awkward room. So it works better for us. So they had to obviously bring all the plumbing through. Part of getting it in was the boxing. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. No, I think it actually looks really nice, and you can obviously have different things up there as well if you need. Got this humongous mirror. I love big mirrors in a bathroom. So I think there's some signature Laura DIY applied to this cabinet as well.
Yeah, so again, frog tape, bit of green paint. It's been a little dressing table, but I'm giving it a second home now, so my friend's going to take this off my hands.
This is kids' bedroom number 1.
This is me very much giving into decor that I wouldn't pick myself, that makes my daughter really happy. And this wall mural was just like a nice, easy DIY. So that kind of sets the tone.
And you've done radiator covering here, have you?
Yes. So again, this was, I had some offcuts and I had some bobbins, and I just decided to cover it up and just make a little feature out of it for Poppy.
And we've got a beautiful guest room here. Wow.
Yeah. I love this room. I really wanted it to have like hotel vibes, and so I did this wallpaper canopy just to frame the room and just give it a bit of an interest, because it's not a particularly big room.
I feel like I have to lie down to see it as a guest.
Yeah, so just kind of immerse yourself in the stripes and try not to go dizzy.
It's so serene. It's so relaxing. The beautiful artwork. You've even done the different colours of paint. And this is such a feature. Like, you just see this and you think, wow.
Yeah, I did love this colour, and it was just, again, my kind of little journey into embracing colour again.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Is this ice cream sticks?
Yes, it is. Yeah, lollipop sticks. This was, you know, in the lockdown, and everyone was like, they did one project that was a bit random, or they learnt to do something. I kind of sat gluing lollipop sticks on for a long time. So yeah, this was when I was doing my teaching at home. So I'd have my lessons online, and then I'd set them on a task, and I would go, see you in 30 minutes, log off, and then I'd just start gluing.
And you've got a lovely sort of bed made into, you know, the space that's there within the window. Like, he must be like so sort of jealousy of all the other friends when they come over and say, wow, look at your room.
For Max, he just wanted to have storage around him. He loves his belongings. He loves his little pictures of his footballers and his scarves, and just wanted it to feel like a nice, fun kid's room.
And even look, the little continuation of paint to create a different feature in a different part of the room.
Just wanted it to be a little zone, and he really does play in here. He and his friends, you know, they really do smash about in here. So this room will probably need a refresh soon, but, you know, it's his happy space, and I'm just going with it.
So Laura's house, as you can see, is full of her own DIY creations. She's put her stamp all over everything, but it's in such a cohesive way. The use of stripes, the use of colour, patterns, her bobbins, it's all fantastic. And it really does show that you can actually do so much more than you think. You just need to give it a go, because Laura has certainly nailed it.